you. This is the Reverend Dr. Gilberto Rosado. Dios lo bendiga. Este es Reverendo Dr. Gilberto Rosado. Welcoming you to another broadcast. At this hour, we have our bilingual broadcast, our teaching in English and Spanish. So we ask that you be patient as we translate live on the fly between languages. Esta es la hora que damos la enseñanza en inglés y español y pedimos que tengas pues paciencia mientras que traduzcamos de un idioma al otro. Aproveche y aprende el otro idioma. While we're at it, you can learn the other language as well. Es un beneficio de sintonizarse con nuestro ministerio. It's a benefit, an added benefit, I should add, of tuning in to our ministry. And welcome to our program today. Today we continue on our developing series. We're going to have a break, and I believe next week is the final broadcast before my summer sabbatical, I should say. My summer sabbatical, where I use the summertime to, catch up on my writings. I'm still doing the writings on the Holy series, so that's still being worked on. I'm going to work heavily on that during the summer. Plus, we have our atheism seminar part 3, which is going to reveal scientific method evidence for God, and that's that. This is a tremendous presentation that's going to happen October the 26th, and most Christians should be there. I don't have the capacity for most Christians. We have limited space, but it's a free event, so I'm not trying to pocket pay for Madison Square Garden. And saying that, if any group out there, any church, or anyone with a large facility wants to sponsor us and provide the space, we can talk about me coming over and bringing all 3 parts for a seminar at your location, your church, or whatnot. But this is a paramount teaching that's going to be revealed October the 26th. And everyone should hear it. It's simply, and if you're following these videos, in the series that we've been doing on Holy, and now these identifying the true religion, particularly, and now this, so you really need to see and hear that seminar, because that's really going to give you a well-grounded understanding. And I think this is where I'm going to be focusing on today. Is we're going to look at a few things on the preterism still that may have been lingering, I guess, in my mind, or in some of the teaching that I gave the other 2 weeks. But I really want to discuss today is the character of deception. How things, deception means, and we're going to look at it. So why don't we just jump right into it? Because I think this is like the most, as I explained in the Identifying the True Religion series, this is one of the most important things that you have to, it's a skill. You have to have this skill. And I think this is where I'm going to pause from the, exposition and analysis that I usually do, and focus on skill building. I think that's very, very important. So let's head into this full speed ahead. Now, we know what the scripture says, and if you don't know, the scripture talks about, deceiving minds. So let's go into this so that you can see where scripturally, where the scripture is on this topic. And I really should use the I really should use the other resource here, which I'll use in a minute. Okay, so let us just get some scripture with deceiving. It's deceiving, not deception here. Just to get into the perspective that scripture gives this issue. And the Bible search results are 2 Timothy 3:13. It says, "But evil men and seducers," this means that they're convincing, they're persuaders. That's what a seducer does, right? I'm sorry, you're not seeing this on your screen. One moment. Yes, so 2 Timothy 3:13, "But evil men that are not godly, they don't have God's purposes or principles as their guidance. That's their environment in which they think and reason. They don't have holy reasoning. So therefore their premises are wrong, and then their actions are precipitated or founded on ungodly motives, right? So these are evil men, and evil men take on many different types of garb and vestments. They can be religious men, very, very, very much so, but they're just basically people of all stripes and colors that have an ungodly motivation. But evil men and seducers, the seducers are the persuaders. These are the people always trying to persuade you to, this is the right religion, this is the, come to my church, this church is it, this church is lit. These are the reasonings, have nothing based on anything real like in your life. It just simply, come over here. They try to use other means, even seducing as we use it today in terms of romantic manners, engagements. There are churches that will hold, like meet and greets, which are, in a youthful sense, if the youth are doing or it's done for youth, and if you see that, you got to watch that. They can involve a social setting. It's a social gathering, they call it. But if you see, like, you're invited by a girl or you're invited by a guy, this is you're using that attractiveness of the youth to seduce you, to convince you to go, and then you are exposed to this environment. And they can even get even more serious or give you notes, we call it indications, that they're getting, that they really like you as a person, and they get you entangled because you like that person, and so then you get involved, you see. So this is seducing. So the seducing, it gets through a whole gambit of things. So you need to be very careful about that. Even marketing, any type of marketing is a type of seducing. I know, I'm a marketer. You're trying to seduce a person to change a little their direction, their day-to-day normal life, and you want them to, buy your product, or, visit the store, or visit the church. Hey, what an idea. So it is also marketing. It is some form of seducing when you see, these messages, or the members of said religious organization actually engaging in a social commitment and engagement with you to get you to come to church. You have to be aware of what's happening. Don't just go, I like this girl, I like this guy, I'm going to go and follow them, where they want me to go. They want me to go to church, I'm going to go to church. Because this is like, it's almost a very easy way for people to get entangled in a religion. It is manipulative. And as I explained, I believe I explained this the past week, where I've never engaged in manipulation. I don't do it. You see? But people don't reason for truth. So that is the reality. If a church, churches, most of these churches wouldn't be existing today without the seducing factor. Because it's basically all they are doing is seducing, and all people are falling for is seducement, if I can, use that word like that, because they are not seeking for the truth. And that is the main problem in humanity, that they do not seek for truth. And those who are preaching the truth or teaching the truth, people tend to stay away. They don't want to hear it. It's painful. I've seen it. I see it. As a foster parent, I see. We have autistic kids here. I can see, and then we have the other kids with their issues, and it's funny to see the kids that don't have the situation that the autistic kid had, yet they do the same things. And that tells you that issue has nothing to do with autism. It has to do with lack of knowledge, a nice way of saying stupidity. But this is where humanity is at. Most human beings act on stupidity and not on a pursuit of truth. No matter what they say. Because you see a lot of little religions and religious creeds out there, groups, talk about that, a truth and whatnot, but there's no intelligence there. They talk about the grace of God. It's another big topic that I discuss. And we see no grace. Where's the grace of God? They don't know how to do anything. Right? So they have no knowledge. Where's the grace? Where is God in that supposed God-fearing and dedicated life to God? Where are the evidences, the proofs of grace? And then this is not just human grace. This is the grace of God in their life. So this is the issue. So in any case, your first people, evil men, do not have a godly basis for their motivation. And seducers are trying to convince you to do something or to change from your religion, right? They want you to change from your religion, go to their church. And if you've seen the videos that we have in these
all these years here actually, but even a recent note, you remember what I said about that, right? I'm not taking you out of the church. I'm not trying to take you out of your church, right? And out of your religion. The issue is that you need to go into God from wherever you're at. You see that? But other churches, you see, they want you to go to church. They want you to come to their church. And this is, again, it's a form of seduction. Okay, I'm not trying to denigrate honest to goodness and sincere preachers out there or ministries or anything. No, but the truth has to be told, because there's too many people going into the wrong places. So those of you who are doing the right thing and good things, this is not about you, but this is about those who, regardless, want to fill their pews at any cost. And some of them are using tools of seduction in order to accomplish that, because they don't have anything else, right? So and Christians, a lot of Christians criticize those who are doing truly God's work in terms of being honest and not manipulative, because many of them have fallen prey to the seduction. So that now, if it's not like your church, like well, we got to do it this way, do it that way. Some Christians are very hard-headed in the way that their church has taught them to be. They're going to take offense to the seduction issue. But if you can't stand back and analyze what you're doing and the church that you're in, you are deceived. You are totally blinded to the realities around you. And that is a symptom of it. So you have to be careful. That tells you what it is. If you were sitting in my psychotherapy office, I would be giving you counseling, and that's what it would be. Simply, you're duped. That's why you see me, I criticize any organization, even the denomination that I was birthed in and I still are labeled with. You can put it that way. Because what is the truth is the truth, and what is not good is not good, period. And I lay it out there. It's just as simple as that. There is no guile here. There's no deception that I'm going to be engaging in, because I'm totally against it. So that's why we're giving you these skills. So you must be careful when you are being seduced. Seducing, what does church have to do with a girlfriend or with this boyfriend, right? Nothing. This is seduction. It's an easy way for you to understand things. Hey, come to church, we're going to have cake and ice cream and we're having a party and this and that. Seduction. What the church has, that's not the mission of the church, not to give you cake and ice cream. Seduction. That's a very easy, it's simplistic and at times overly simplistic, right? For example, when I'm recording this, it's Father's Day. When you all see this, it's the week after. But it would be normal for a church to have a special thing for fathers. If they're looking to do this to gain more members, then that's getting into the seductive part, right? If they're just doing it very simply, they love their neighbors, they love the community. That's a different motivation. That is pure. That's a godly motivation, and that is good. You see? So I gave you an example of two churches doing something like for Father's Day, and inviting people, through in the community, or people that know the members of the church, or that the members of the church know, and make that invitation. See, that shows you that two churches doing the same thing, but not